Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to install a GSR module, which is this 8-channel module, and its appropriate front panel connector, and the electrodes are something separate that is plugged in from the outside. So we're going to install this module under the bank of channels that serves the front panel, and the front panel will get a new connector here with a little wiring harness that goes to the motherboard, and inside there'll be another module installed about here under all that, and it will serve these channels. The first step in installing modules inside the AD box is to turn it over and to remove these 4 screws from the corners. And once you've turned that, you remove those screws, then you can remove the bottom, and it is like a clamshell. You have cables inside that will hold the top and the bottom together, but you can just open it like a clamshell. So to remove these screws, we'll just use a Phillips head screwdriver, and we'll press in and turn on each one of these. And I've got the AD box sitting on top of a soft rubber mat, so that makes it possible to do this without damaging anything on the top of the box. So I'll just remove each one of these, set them nearby so I don't lose track of them. I'm going to set these parts aside for the moment, and then I'll open up the box, and you'll see it's connected together by these ribbon cables, and it'll open up like a clamshell. Then you'll see that the module that I'm trying to install for GSR is going to go into the slot here marked as GSR-ergo. So to install that, I will find the little pins, put them into the little receptacles, and then make sure it's vertical. And I'm going to push down on one end and then the other. And now it's installed. The other thing I need to make sure of if I'm installing a module for active electrodes is, for example, like these, that I have enough cables here to support the number of channels. So each of these cables supports 30 channels. So I have 6 modules. 6 times 8 is 48. So 30, 60. So 2 of these cables would be enough to support this number of channels. Okay, now I need to remove this connector and replace it with this connector with the little wiring harness that plugs into the motherboard. So we have a special tool when we do it here. This tool is for removing these front panel connectors. You'll see that there's a notch in that connector, or rather in the ring around that connector. And when I put this tool on, it makes it easy for me to remove that just by spinning it. Once I get it loose, I can do the rest with my hand. Okay, so I've removed that, and I've removed the ring from around it. The new connector does not have a ring, so I'm going to use that same ring on this connector. So I need to slide this through the opening in the front panel, and you'll notice that there's a bump on one side of this. Let's see where that is. That bump goes in the notch in the bottom of the circular opening. So I'm going to put this in the right orientation. And then I have to do 2 things. I want to put the ring around that connector, this ring, And then that ring, notice that the notch is facing outward. That ring can be tightened with this special tool. So I'm going to tighten that down. Okay, once that's tight, then I remove this. And then I need to find the location to plug this into the motherboard. So this is a GSR sensor. So on the motherboard, we have these locations that are marked in text, GSR1, GSR2. So this is going to go to GSR1. Okay. Then I need to replace the top. And instead of screwing it on immediately, I'm gonna test it first. So I've placed the top on and it's not screwed in yet.